All right, questions for Dame? Dame, first question is coming from AJ McCord with Coin6.
All right, Dame, a question about your backcourt mate. You've been an all-star. What do you think it's going to take for CJ to become one this year?
I think we just got to continue to win games. We've seen teams in the past, like Oklahoma City with Paul George and Russ. They weren't a top 1 or 2 team, and they were, they had 2 all-stars because it was undeniable. And I think this year, with how balanced it is across the league, where we are, being 6-4 and trending in the right direction, and he's been, playing amazing. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to happen this year. And I think it will. We just got to continue to win games.
Next question is coming from Casey Holdahl with Trailblazers.com.
Hey, Dame, I was wondering if you could talk about what you saw out of Carmelo tonight, particularly in the fourth quarter. Obviously, a tough start, at least offensively, to the game in the first half. Really came on there in the fourth, 13 points, helped push you guys over the top.
Yeah, I say it all the time. He's a Hall of Famer. And, if it's anything that we know he can do is put the ball in the basket. And, obviously he's adjusting to a new role coming off the bench for the first time in his career. And, finding your rhythm and finding your stride sometimes is a little bit harder. He's not, 25. He's a little bit older now. And like I said, a new role, different amount of minutes that he's playing. So it's a smaller window of time for him to get himself going. And tonight, I just think you saw that Hall of Fame ability. He made shots, he was communicating, he was rebounding the ball, and he had a huge impact on us, pulling his game out. So I think that's what you'll see, especially with the league going small and so many teams having those small lineups. You'll see us going to that, down the stretch if teams go small because it works well for us. So I think that's all you saw. He made shots. He pretty much did exactly what he was doing in the bubble.
Thanks, Dame.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Dame, how can you describe your what your right ankle feels like right now?
It was really sore when I did it. I almost asked for a sub when I first did it because it just shot up my leg a little bit and it was painful. But I ran up and down the court a few times, and I just was waiting to see, like, all right, once it settles in and it gets stiff or it gets really sore, I just wanted to see how painful it would get. And once I felt it, and I felt what it was like when I was cutting and when I was running full speed and stopping and jumping, and I knew it was going to be painful, especially after the game, but it wasn't unbearable. So when I came out of the game, I put the gun on it, I put heat on it. I was doing different exercises with the bands on the bench so it wouldn't get too stiff. And, when I saw the clock got to the point where I was coming back in the game, I got up and started, running in place and trying to loosen it up before I got back on the court. And it was pretty much irritating me, throughout the game. But, like I said, it wasn't unbearable, and I was still able to be productive.
Next question is coming from Dwight James with NBC Sports Northwest.
Hey, Dame, how significant is it to win a game like that where you're on defense? You guys are on defense for the final shot of the game, and you got Covington there who's playing this guy straight up one-on-one with no help, and you win the game because of that, basically. It's a different way than you guys have won some games in the past, I would say.
Yeah, well, they were, anytime we overhelped, they just kept finding that guy on the weak side, and they were making the shots. We didn't want to put ourselves in a position to overhelp, and then they just get a wide open look for the game. And I actually, on the weak side, Melo actually, yelled to me, "I got your back, go help." And I actually did help. He started his initial move, and I just ran at him and reached for the ball, and he backed it out, and it took, maybe 2 or 3 seconds off the clock, and he backed it out, and I ran back to my man, and then he was a little bit more sped up after that. So we actually did help. We just didn't sell out and stay there. We pretty much did what Golden State did last night. They showed bodies, but they countered on a guy to stay in front of him and make him take a tough shot. you know, Rocco took it personal. He knew that Siakam had a really good first half. And I think he held him to like 4 points in the second half. So that's the type of the mentality that we got to have. We got to be willing to take that challenge. And it came down to one possession, and we was able to get the stop.
Next question is coming from Mark Medina with USA Today.
Hey, Dame. Hope you're hanging in there with everything. What are your early takeaways of what it's like navigating this season outside of a bubble environment? Do you think that there should be any tweaks to the health and safety protocols?
I mean, I'm not sure how much more it can be tweaked. You know, I feel like I'm living my life in a box. You know, I go to practice, I go back home, I don't go anywhere else. You know, I don't, you know, I can't. Then like we can go to dinner or go to a movie or, you know, go hang out with our family or nothing like that. You know, because our family members, they have lives, so it's the rules that we got to play by just kind of push you in a box. Whereas, you know, you travel, stay in a hotel room, play, get on the plane, come home, go straight home. You know, I live on my phone because I can't, you know, interact with people in person. Basically, I can't do things that's normal. So I mean, it's definitely tough, but you know, if we don't accept that, if we don't accept that that's the way it has to be, then you know, we lose out on a lot of things. Our season, our health, you know, our contracts, you know, everything is goes downhill if we don't play by these rules. So obviously we're gonna make it work to the best of our ability, and I think you know, we've been doing a really solid job at that.
All right, thanks, Tim. We're going to wrap it there because we got Melo in the wings.
All right, cool.